Usually I'm worried about the wind when making videos out here, but do you hear the cicadas? They're so loud. Hello, and welcome to my channel. I'm Mandi Grace. I did not wear shoes or bug spray for this adventure today, and I'm definitely regretting the bug spray for lack of. Okay. I'm coming back to the shade where it's not as hot, and I'm just gonna plop by this tree. It's a nice looking tree. Plopping is commencing. Oh! Okay. I brought out my little tiny tripod thing. Can you call it a tripod when it's this small? But I don't think I'm going to use it because it's always so difficult to set up my camera in a way that it can see me and hear me on that tiny tripod out here. Because if I stick it down, the car, it's so loud today. If I stick it on the ground, then it's like awkwardly looking up at me, and if I try to find like a tree or a rock to sit it on, I don't know, it just gets complicated. So I brought it out, but I'm not using it. Today's video is my mid-month chit-chats. Tiny bit late, but we'll get into that in a second. Essentially with this video, I just turn on the camera and I drink tea out of this very specific mug, and I just chat about how the month has been going. Now the reason this chit chat is 1, late, and 2, going to be very empty of any updates is because from the 4th to the 18th of this month I was busy counseling at a church camp, so I wasn't able to do anything other than counsel at the church camp, because every hour of the day is assigned to something at this camp, and it's amazing and I love it. But that's basically all I've done this month, because the 3 days before I left for camp, we were prematurely celebrating the 4th of July because I had to leave on the 4th. I don't think we actually did the celebrations early because of me. There were already things going on. Like there's a fireworks show that we always go to every year that just happens to be before the 4th, so there's that. There's a giant ant that's coming my direction, and I think I'm gonna scare him off with this tripod. I am armed and dangerous. I don't hate bugs, but that thing is as big as my toe. So yes, I was super busy, basically the first almost 3 weeks up until the 18th. I was super busy and did not have time to film anything. And I can't film the mid-month chit-chats early because you're supposed to be, you know, chit-chatting about how the first half of the month he's coming back has gone. Hey, go bother someone else. Anyway, you're supposed to chit-chat about how the month has been going. So doing that video like on the 1st or 2nd before I left would be kind of silly because it's not the middle of the month and nothing has happened yet. And I wasn't able to do it during those 2 weeks I was at camp, which brought us to the 18th, okay? And I, after church camp, was exhausted. So I've spent the last 3 days, what day is it? Is today Tuesday? I don't know. I've spent the last few days sleeping excessively and not doing literally anything else. Just a lot of sleeping. And today, I almost didn't film this video because why are there so many cars? Anyway, ow! Sorry, bugs. I almost didn't film this video today because I've got a stuffy nose and a sore throat today, which sort of came out of nowhere because I've been feeling fine. I've just been sleeping a lot, but today I was, you know, mildly sick. I was like, I can't film a video while I'm feeling like this, but also if I don't film it today, it's not gonna happen because it's already the 21st or something. we are past the middle of the month, essentially. We are into the final week of the month, basically. So, yes. I felt this video needed to happen before it was too late. But I still don't have anything to talk about because the 3 days before I went to camp, I didn't do anything super productive. Excuse you, sir, I'm trying to chat over here. And then obviously the 2 weeks that I was at camp, I didn't do anything. I mean, I was very productive, but it wasn't anything related to this YouTube channel. And then the last few days I've just been sleeping. So the updates are, in the writing world, I've written absolutely nothing this month. And in reading, right before I left, I started reading Fable. Because I started it, like, right at the end of June. And then the first couple of days, what? Why? Do you hear them? Anyway, yes, I started it right at the end of June, and then the first couple days before I left for camp, I was reading Fable, and it's really, really good. But I didn't do anything else in the last, 18 days or something. So, very little reading has happened this month. I plan on reading a lot this month. This week, basically, I plan on doing my 5 books. We'll see how that goes. When I'm done with this video right here, I'm going to go start working on my, my book of the month thing. Every time I say book of the month, I feel terrible because that's something else entirely. It's like a book subscription service thing, book of the month. Anyway, which I don't do, but I know people who do. So every time I say I'm doing my book of the month, I'm like, well, not that book of the month. It's a different, anyway. My book on writing craft that I do each month. Yes, that's what I'm going to do after I film this video, probably. But clearly I haven't done it yet this month, so nothing has happened this month. That's pretty good. There were a lot of cloves in that tea when I was putting it into the little tea infuser thing. There were a lot of cloves, which isn't a problem. They smelled nice and they were making me think of Christmas and oranges and things. But it was a lot of cloves, so I was expecting a very clovey taste, and that really wasn't. It tasted more of the cinnamon than the cloves. Still makes me think of Christmas, though. Yeah, basically my update is I haven't written. I read very little right before camp, but that was, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, that's what I've got. I have been going through, obviously not this month really, but I have been going through my Publish and Thrive class from Sarah Cannon, which has been really, really good. When I left off, hi Mr. Ant, what are you doing? When I left off, we were going through, we did the metadata section, which is all the, behind the scenes-y, marketing things. I've made it to the part where she's walking through how to publish to each different platform, and I started out on CreateSpace, which is no more, and then when they died, I moved to KDP like everybody else, but I didn't really use KDP. I figured out when the collapse of CreateSpace happened, I figured out how to, transfer my CreateSpace things over to KDP, but that was it. I never published anything to KDP after that, and I don't really use it. I will occasionally go check my book reports, my royalties, see if anyone's buying those books, which they rarely are, but I hardly ever get on KDP, and I haven't published my other books since then to KDP. So, that walkthrough was interesting, and then I also haven't published to any of the other platforms except for Ingram Spark. So, it's interesting going through the walkthroughs, and I know I'm getting some good information for when I start publishing my fantasy series, because what I plan to do with it is to have ebooks and paperbacks, which is not normal for me. I have 1 book of my 10 on ebook, and that was because I was really bored one day and was like, let's see what happens when I do this. Anyway, so, yeah, I never did my books as ebooks because 2 things. 1, learning to format for ebooks, it's different, and I felt more complicated based off my 1 experience than formatting for paperback. And then 2, I don't read ebooks. So it was kind of a matter of principle for me. I wasn't going to promote ebooks. But since taking this Publish and Thrive course, I have discovered that like 90% of indie authors' sales come from ebooks, not paperbacks. So I'm giving in, and I'm going to make ebooks. So anyway, all these walkthroughs have been very good, and I'm going to use them in future. But I have to get through all the walkthroughs, and I thought about skipping them. Hush. Not sure where he is, but I'm pretty sure he's telling me to go away. I thought about skipping them until I'm actually publishing. Oh, it's a blue dragon. That is a bee. Go bother someone else. No. Leave me alone. Seriously. Go bug someone else. Okay. We're moving. Because I don't like bees. Listen. I'm not opposed to bugs. Ah! As long as they stay out of my face. I said I'm not opposed to bugs, and then I shrieked like a little girl. It's fine. We're fine. I just don't like giant bees buzzing around my face. We're gonna have to cut this short and go inside. I can't handle it. Also, my ponytail's coming out because I'm shaking around so much like a horse. Anyway, I thought about skipping the walkthroughs of actually uploading to these different sites until I was ready to publish. But I figure I'll just go through them all now, because this is the order they are set in the course. So I'm just going to go through it in the order that it's presented. And yeah, I'll probably come back to them when I'm ready to publish if I need a refresher. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm fine. I've changed my mind entirely. I hate nature. So yes, I'm going to get back into the swing of doing Publish and Thrive now that I'm home and not sleeping excessively. I'm going to be reading. I don't know how much writing I'm going to get done in July, to be honest, but I'd like to get back into that as well. I think that's about everything. This was a really bizarre video, but we're fine. So yeah, I'm going to go inside. I'm going to pull out the writing craft book of the month and start working on that.